Hello, good.
Hello.
Yes, welcome to Native Camp. My name is Lydia. Can you hear me well?
Yes, I get.
All right, that's great. Your name here is Koki. Is this correct?
Yes, that's right.
All right. We are having here a daily news.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and start. I'll read to you first the title.
Okay. Why foreign drivers are getting Japanese licenses?
That's correct. Thank you for reading. Now let's go ahead here and have our first word.
Mm-hmm.
Can you repeat
Convert.
the word, please? Convert.
Okay. I could hear. I can hear the word now. Okay. Convert.
Okay, thank you. This is a verb which means to change something in a different form or to a different purpose. Please read the sentence.
Sure. He decided to convert his garage into a studio.
That's right, a garage into a studio. Thank you. Would you like to make a sentence?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
All
Mm,
right.
mm, I decided to convert my job into other field.
Into other field. Okay, hold on for a second. I decided to convert my job into other field. What do you mean by convert my job here? If it's okay to ask.
Okay, so convert from, for example, from sales department to some technical department, like
Mm,
consulting or something like that.
okay. All right. All right. But convert could also be a different form.
Oh,
Yes, but it's okay. I truly understand your sentence.
mm,
All right. Okay. Welcome. Thank you. Let's have our second word.
Concern.
concern.
That's right. It is a noun. This is a feeling of worry about something important. Please read.
And there is growing concern about climate change.
That's right. Do you have another sentence?
Okay. Mm, I have a concern about being laid off by the company.
Being laid off by the company. Okay, hold on for a second. I have a concern about being laid off. Okay, very good. This is a good sentence. Hold on for a second. Let me just check. Laid off by the company. All right, now let's have here our next word.
Implement.
Implement.
That's right. This is a verb which means to start using a plan or system. Please read.
Okay. The school plans to implement a new curriculum this year.
That's right.
Mm. Mm. The politician was resigned because he he didn't implement his manifesto.
Second, he didn't implement. Manifest is a verb. He didn't implement.
Yes, his manifesto.
You mean to say manifest that the promises he made
Ah,
during
yeah,
the
yeah,
election?
yeah. That's right.
Okay. Hold on for a second. The politician was criticized because he didn't implement. Okay, hold on here. He didn't implement. Or instead of saying manifest, we can just implement here is a verb. We can just say, we need a noun. We can just say project. He didn't implement the projects.
Okay. Manifest is not no.
Because manifest is a verb, we cannot end a sentence with a verb. We can end a sentence with a noun.
I didn't know that. So the manifest is used as verb because in Japan, manifest is just a name of like statement or promises, but about what he will do is when he would be a politician.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I get your point, but we're talking about the sentence here.
Okay.
Manifest is to tell, right? This is to say. So what I'm trying to say here is, um, you mentioned the politician was criticized because he didn't implement his manifest. I totally get your sentence, but we cannot end the sentence with a verb because it will be hanging. It sounds like something is missing.
I see.
Yeah. So instead of manifest, maybe you have another word.
Um, it will be.
All right, sure.
Policy agenda.
Okay, very good. That's a good answer. Policy agenda. That sounds very good. The politician was criticized because he didn't implement his policy agenda. That's really good. Thank you. Let's have our next word.
Surpass.
Surpass.
That's right. It is a verb which means to be better or greater than something else. Please read.
Our performance surpassed everyone's expectations.
That's right.
The sales in this year surpassed the last year's.
This is a good sentence. The sales this year surpassed the last year's. Okay, hold on for a second. Let me just check my spelling. There you go. Let's have our last word now.
Tally.
Tally.
Tally is a record or count of number of things. Please read.
The final tally showed a clear victory for the challenger.
That's right.
Tally.
Mm.
The tally of this game has become a legendary record.
For a second, the tally of this game has become legendary record. Okay, I mean you mean to say like the score, the outcome of the score. Okay. All right. This is a good sentence. Thank you so much, Cookie, for all the sentences. Now let me read to you comprehension questions. Let's start with number 1. What concern has emerged due to an increase in driving license conversions in Japan? Second is, what was the man from China unable to take the driving test immediately? And third, what problem do experts see with using hotel address in the license conversion process? All right, so these are the 3 questions. Let's listen to the article first.
Why foreign drivers are getting Japanese licenses. Japan has seen a growing number of foreigners converting their home country driving licenses into Japanese ones. In 2023, more than 56,000 conversions were recorded, doubling the figure from a decade ago. Although this process is mainly for residents, short-term visitors can also apply by registering hotel addresses. This practice has raised public safety concerns. One example involves a man from China who moved to Japan on a visa for business. He brought his family and applied at a driving test center near Osaka. With a translator, he passed the written test, which is available in Chinese. However, he could not schedule the driving test until May due to limited space. Owing to the surge in applicants, significant delays ensued, prompting the majority of test centers to implement reservation systems. By February, this protocol had been adopted in 44 prefectures. In 2024, foreign driver-related accidents surpassed 7,200, the highest tally in a decade. Experts say changes are needed, especially for short-term visitors. Using hotel addresses makes it hard to reach drivers after accidents. Critics also say the test is too easy and not strict enough. Officials are now reviewing the rules to improve safety while remaining fair to international visitors.
Okay, so that's the article there. Do you want to listen again or that's
Yes,
okay?
yeah, please listen.
Okay, let me play for the second time.
Why foreign drivers are getting Japanese licenses. Japan has seen a growing number of foreigners converting their home country driving licenses into Japanese ones. In 2023, more than 56,000 conversions were recorded, doubling the figure from a decade ago. Although this process is mainly for residents, short-term visitors can also apply by registering hotel addresses. This practice has raised public safety concerns. One example involves a man from China who moved to Japan on a visa for business. He brought his family and applied at a driving test center near Osaka. With a translator, he passed the written test, which is available in Chinese. However, he could not schedule the driving test until May due to limited space. Owing to the surge in applicants, significant delays ensued, prompting the majority of test centers to implement reservation systems. By February, this protocol had been adopted in 44 prefectures. In 2024, foreign driver-related accidents surpassed 7,200, the highest tally in a decade. Experts say changes are needed, especially for short-term visitors. Using hotel addresses makes it hard to reach drivers after accidents. Critics also say the test is too easy and not strict enough. Officials are now reviewing the rules to improve safety while remaining fair to international visitors.
Okay, so that's the article. Now let's answer the questions here. What concern has emerged due to an increase in driving license conversion in Japan?
Public safety concerns.
All right, that's correct. Public safety concerns. Second is, why was the man from China unable to take the driving test immediately?
Due to the space or driving test.
That's correct. And last here is, what problem do experts see with using hotel addresses in the license conversion process?
Experts see the problem that so it is hard to reach drivers after the accidents.
That's right. Okay, thank you so much for answering well. This time here, I'm going to ask you to read the article.
Okay. Why foreign drivers are getting Japanese licenses? Japan has seen a growing number of foreigners converting their home country driving licenses into Japanese ones. In 2023, more than 56,000 conversions were recorded, doubling the figure from a decade ago. Although this process is mainly for residents, short-term visitors can also apply by registering hotel addresses. This practice has raised public safety concerns. One example involves a man from China who moved to Japan on a visa for business. He brought his family and applied at the driving test center near Osaka. With a translator, he passed the written test, which is available in Chinese. However, he could not schedule the driving test until May due to limited space. Owing to the surge in applicants, significant delays ensued, prompting the majority of test centers to implement reservation systems. February, this protocol had been adopted in 44 prefectures. In 2024, foreign driver-rated accidents surpassed 7,200, the highest tally in a decade. Experts say changes are needed, especially for short-term visitors. Using hotel addresses makes it hard to reach drivers after accidents. Critics also say the test is too easy and not strict enough. Officials are now reviewing the rules to improve safety while remaining fair to international visitors.
All right, thank you so much for reading. Okay, so this time now, let's go ahead and have discussion questions. We have here six. Let's start with number one. Have you ever driven in another country? If not, would you like to try it?
No, I haven't. To be honest, although I have a driver's license in Japan,
Mm.
so that I rarely drive in my daily life because I live in Tokyo, so there are a lot of other options here, like trains and
Mm-mm.
buses. So I don't feel like I have to hold my car. So yeah, I'm a little bit scared of driving.
All right, that makes sense. Yeah, if commute is available, other transportations are available. Why
Mhm.
not just? And since you own now a driving license, for how many years do you need to renew your license
Uh,
when it gets expired?
mm, I I guess I forgot the
Mm.
actual period of that. So I need to renew the license for 4 years or 3 years.
Mm.
Yeah. But at the time, I don't have to write physically. I all I have to do is just attending some like workshop, so
Mm.
that explains me some rules or some informations. So yeah, it's very easy. Yeah, just attending.
Ah, okay. All right. Thank you for sharing. And number two here is, do you think tourists should take a driving test before renting a car? Why or why not?
Mm, yes, yes, I do think tourists should take a test because the traffic rules are so I think different
That's
from other
true.
countries. So and there are a lot of how can I say traffic signs, and
Mm.
so which is written in Japanese sometimes.
Mm.
And
Mm. Mm.
so yeah, it is a little bit difficult for foreigners to realize or understand. So and sometimes there are some narrow roads which cannot
Mm.
be available for cars.
Oh,
Yeah, so if if the drivers miss the traffic signs, which is placed on the some, how can I say, it's placed in places, a little bit difficult to recognize.
mm. Mm.
And so that makes some severe situations like traffic accidents. So
I see.
they should know some rules and signs in advance.
Right. I agree with your answer. That's really, I mean, that's the most logical thing, right? When we visit to another country, at least you know things
Mm.
around, especially when you want to drive around the place, because
Yeah,
there
yeah,
might be some, as you mentioned, some narrow roads or alley that's
yeah.
like one way,
Yeah, one way,
and
yes.
you did not recognize that. You feel like, oh, and then you disturb the neighborhood.
Yes, but
Mm.
recently, so the navigation of the car, like navigation application embedded into the car is very very smart. So it provides me some the correct roads, which way to go, and so yeah, by just following the navigation, it's better to drive by myself. By yourself.
Um, right. All right. Thank you for that. And number three here is driving in your country safe for foreigners? Please explain your answer.
Mm, mm, it's a difficult question. Yeah, in Tokyo, it's not so safe for foreigners because there are a lot of there busy traffics in all areas, and yeah, the way to uh, the way to drive
Mm.
is left side.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so I think that is a little bit in foreign countries mainly. So drivers would drive right side, you know.
Mm.
So
Mm.
it's very big gap between the
Mm.
countries' rules. So
Mm.
mm, yeah,
All
the
right.
biggest difference.
Mm. All right. So it depends on which area they are in Japan. But if
Hmm.
it's in the big city, it's not really advisable for foreigners to drive around.
Yes.
Maybe if they wish to go to a different city,
Hmm.
not big cities, they can
Yeah, countryside.
on the
It's
countryside.
okay, I guess.
I see. All right. And number four here is, do you believe more driving tests can reduce accidents? Please support your answer.
Hmm. Yeah, yes. That so increasing driving tests
Mm.
contribute and so decreasing the traffic accidents actually because
Mm.
uh, I was able to obtain my driver's license just in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So that is very easy to pass. And
Mm.
I didn't. So even when I obtained the driver's license,
Mm.
I thought I don't have the enough experience to drive on the actual road. So
Okay.
yeah,
Mm.
that accelerates the situation. Like so, paper drivers. Yeah, so like I the situation where I have the actually driver's license, but I'm not experienced. Mm. So
Mm.
yeah.
Okay. So there's still the difference, even if you have the license, but driving on the road,
Mm-hmm.
you would still have a different, you still need more of we still need an experience, not just
Yes.
because we carry the license, we can just, you know,
Yeah.
drive around.
Yeah.
I agree. Yes, because in the Philippines also it's a problem, and
Mm-hmm.
we have a term for them.
Mm-hmm.
We call them potato drivers
Potato drivers.
because
Oh.
potato drivers, and there's an anime about potato, and then we call them potato if they're being stupid. So that's how we call them. But it's funnier if it's in my language, if it's not translated in English.
Okay, so
But
in
yeah, but
Japan, yeah, in Japan
mm,
we call it paper drivers. Paper.
paper drivers.
Yeah, because they
Ah.
use the driver's license just for ID card, so
Mm,
to
mm,
identify
mm,
themselves. So yeah,
mm.
driver's license is very strong. Yeah, ID card. So this is available when we are outside of Japan.
Mm,
So
mm.
yeah, so we including me, so use it just a paper. not,
Ah,
not
okay.
licensed.
All right, understand. All right, thank you for that. And number five here is,
Okay.
do you do you think reservation systems are effective in managing high demand services? Why or
Hmm,
why not?
of course. So, yeah, if we use the reservation
Mm,
systems, from the services or company side, they can expect the demand, and they can invest some of their resources to handle
mm,
in
mm.
advance.
All right. So yes, reservation so to avoid any conflict.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Cookie. We're
yeah. Thank
running out
you.
of time here,
Yeah.
but thank you so much and have a nice afternoon.